How do you get out of the black hole? How do you break through the wall? How do you dismantle the face? Whatever genius there may be in the French novel, that is not its affair. It is too concerned with measuring the wall, or even with building it, with plumbing the depths of black holes and composing faces. The French novel is profoundly pessimistic and idealistic, critical of life rather than creative of life. It stuffs its characters down the hole and bounces them off the wall. It can only conceive of organized voyages and of salvation only through art, a still Catholic salvation, in other words, salvation through eternity. It spends its time plotting points instead of drawing lines, active lines of flight or of positive deterritorialization. The Anglo-American novel is totally different. To get away, out, to cross the horizon. From Hardy to Lawrence, to Melville to Miller, the same cry rings out. Go across, get out, break through, make a beeline. Don't get stuck on a point. Find the line of separation, follow it or create it to the point of treachery. That is why their relationship to other civilizations, to the Orient or South America, and also to drugs and voyages in place, is entirely different from that of the French. They know how difficult it is to get out of the black hole of subjectivity, of consciousness and memory, of the couple and conjugality. How tempting it is to let yourself get caught, to lull yourself into it, to latch back onto a face. Being locked away in the black hole gave her a molten, copperish glow, the words coming out of her mouth like lava, her flesh clutching ravenously for a hold, a perch on something solid and substantial, something in which to reintegrate and repose for a few moments. At first I mistook it for a passion, for ecstasy. I thought I had found a living volcano, a female Vesuvius. I never thought I had found a human ship going down in an ocean of despair, in a sargasso of impotence. Now I think of that black star gleaming through the hole in the ceiling, that fixed star which hung above our conjugal cell, more fixed, more remote than the absolute, and I know it was her, emptied of all that was properly herself, a dead black sun without aspect. End quote. A copperish glow like the face at the bottom of a black hole. The point is to get out of it, not in art, in other words, in spirit, but in life, in real life. Don't take away my power to love. These English and American authors also know how hard it is to break through the wall of the signifier. Many people have tried since Christ, beginning with Christ, but Christ himself botched the crossing, the jump. He bounced off the wall. As if by great recoil, this negative backwash rolled up and stayed as death. The whole negative impulse of humanity seemed to coil up into a monstrous inert mass to create the human integer, the figure one and divisible, end quote. The face. Crossed the wall. The Chinese, perhaps, but at what price? At the price of a becoming animal, a becoming flower or rock, and beyond that a strange becoming imperceptible, a becoming hard now one with loving. It is a question of speed, even if the movement is in place. It is also to dismantle the face, or as Miller says, no longer to look at or into the eyes, but to swim through them, to close your own eyes and make your body a beam of light moving at ever-increasing speed. Of course, this requires all the resources of art, an art of the highest kind. It requires a whole line of writing, pictoriality, musicality, for it is through writing that you become animal, it is through color that you become imperceptible. It is through music that you become hard and memoryless, simultaneously animal and imperceptible, in love. But art is never an end in itself. It is only a tool for blazing lifelines. In other words, all of those real becomings that are not produced only in art, and all of those active escapes that do not consist in fleeing into art, taking refuge in art, and all of those positive deterritorializations that never reterritorialize on art, but instead sweep it away with them towards the realm of the asignifying, asubjective, and faceless.